Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you? Hopefully always in good health. So, in this video, I'm Nindy Armelia Putri with student ID number 21053168 from the Department Economic Education. In this video, I will complete the text of presenting Reading Project 1, which is the completion of an English course with the supporting lecturer, Miss Labziatul Hilmi SPD MPD. In this reading project 145 week, I have completed 12 reading texts, which I will present that in this video. Happy watching! Thank you!
Presentation of the first reading with the title Me and My Brain. From the reading with the title Me and My Brain, I got a summary of information about various parts of the brain, namely that our brain consists of around 100 billion nerve cells centered around. And stemming from these neurons are several brain-like structure signals. Every time we think that the signal will be sent, the signal travels down a long structure celled the axon, and at the end, it passes across tiny gap celled synapses to the dendrite of another neuron, which reset the signal. In this way, messages are sent across our neural network. Brain structure changes until we grow up. Difficulty. The difficulty I faced while reading the text was that I was difficult to interpret using scientific vocabulary that described the parts of the brain, because the text used a lot of special scientific language that I found in high school in biology class. And at the time I was in college, I really know this word count because it was not aligned with the major I was taking, because I majored in economic education. Interest in the text. Yes, the text with the title Me and My Brain that I read was everything interest. There was a lot of important information that I didn't know before by reading the text. I can add to my language vocabulary, especially about scientific matters, as well as increase my general knowledge about the parts of the brain. The next title about What do you think about spider? Spider can be found on all continents except Antarctica. Spider cats they prey by spinning their webs or waiting for their prey to fall into the trap. There are spiders that eat other spiders. There are also female widow spiders that eat their partners. Even when they are mating, in time spider will be preyed upon by other animals, even by humans. Spider venom is present in most species. Only 25 species of spider have been found to produce venom that is truly harmful, so painful but really lethal. However, be careful with hairy spider like tarantula. When they are threatened, they will release a cloud of hair urtication. Difficulty. The difficulty I faced when reading in the text, what do you know about spider, is almost the same as the previous text. That is new scientific vocabulary that I found again in the text. But for the translation of other words, I can still be understood by looking for keywords from each sentence so that I can easily understand the meaning of the sentence. Interest in text. Yes, the text that I read is very interesting to read. Starting from the language of the title presented, it has made me interested in reading text. From the text, I again gained new knowledge about spider that many people really know about. The next title about innovation in business. Innovation is business in the key to increasing profit. Innovation can be done by considering new ideas and new ways of doing things, trying to innovate that makes process more effective and efficient. There are several ways companies can innovate their product and service. 1. Using the latest technology to improve your product or service. 2. Responding to customer demand by changing what is on offer. 3. Offering a new product or service to reach new customer. And last, changing the way you provide a service. Difficulty in reading text about innovation in business. I don't find it too difficult because the use of language in the text is still easy to understand, and I still often encounter the vocabulary in other texts, making it easier for me to read and understand the contents of the text. Interest in the text. Yes, the text entitled Innovation in Business that I read was very interesting, where I could get new information and knowledge from the text that I read, especially because I'm also a student majoring in economic education, so text related to economy really caught my attention. The next title about robot teacher. Is there outrage for robot in education? British education expert Anthony Seldon thinks so, and he even has a date for the robot takeover of the classroom. The next title about robot teacher. Is there a place for robot in education? British education expert Anthony Seldon thinks so, and he even has a date for the robot takeover of the classroom 2027. He predicts robot will do his main job of transferring information, and teacher will be like assistants. Intelligent robot will read student face, movement, and maybe even brain signal. Then they will adapt the information to each student. It's not a popular opinion, and it's unclearly robot will ever have empathy and the ability to really connect the humans like another human can. By robot because they can teach anywhere and will not get started, tired, or move to a higher paying job. For the text, I don't find too difficult to read because the language used is still easy to understand. Yes, the text about robotic teacher that I read was very interesting. It would be extraordinary if indeed a job such as a teacher could be replaced by a robot. This will be replaced by a robot innovation if it was successfully developed. The next title about how to be a self and smart searcher. There are several ways to become a self and smart searcher, namely 1. Several keywords will help to find better results. 2. Exact reference can help you find what you are looking for. 3. Avoid common words. 4. Remove unwanted results. 5. Check your spelling. 6. Have a filter. 7. Experiment with different search engines. 8. Reliability is very important when you are searching on the internet. Difficult. The language of the text is still easy to understand, and the use of vocabulary that is also commonly encouraged, so that in reading the text I have no difficulty. Yes, the text is very interesting, with a short type of text which goes straight to the main points, so that reader don't get bored reading and get information right away without a lot of opening sentence words. The next title about Are zoos a good things? Zoos are highly popular attraction for adults and children alike. Critics of zoo would argue the animal often suffer physically and mentally by being enclosed. This deprivation causes many zoo animals to become stressed or mentally ill. Capturing animals in the wild also causes more suffering by splitting of families. One of the most important modern functions of zoo is supporting international breeding programs. Particularly for endangered species, a good zoo will enable that species to live and breed in a secure environment. Breeding programs provide a safeguard. Zoo-bred animals can be released into the wild to increase genetic diversity. Are zoos a good thing? Difficulty. In the text, I did not experience any difficulties because the language used can still be interpreted, and the language used vocabulary that I often encounter in other texts. Interest in text? Yes. In text with the title Are zoos a good things? That is read is very interesting because I find and get new information and knowledge in the text. The next title about FOMO. They did a study of 848 students in Wales. Worryingly, the results showed that teenagers are picking up new problems. They many go to bed and get up at appropriate times, but a growing number are waking up in the middle of the night, not to use the bathroom or have a snack, but because of a new phenomenon, FOMO, fear of missing out. According to the article, school children are suffering because of a growing trend to wake up during the night to check social media. FOMO trend statistics that are currently developing. 23% of the 12 to 15 years old wake up nearly every night to use social media. Another 15 wake up at the night once a week for the same reason. On the 3 students are constantly tired and unable to function to their full capacity. Students who use social media during and the night are more likely to suffer from depression and anxiety because of the deprived to turn off social media at night and sleep. Difficulty. The text is easy to understand with the use of clear language. Interest in the text. The content of the reading text is very good and informative, which conveys something that is indeed a trend among teenagers today or is known as FOMO, which is one of habit the most big change. The next title about the sharing economy. Not all the goods we buy will be used properly, thus understylized items might seem useless to some, but could be an asset to others. With the advent of the internet, online communities have figured out a way to generate profit from the sharing of those enriched assets. Using websites and social media groups that facilitate to buying and selling of second-hand goods, it is no easier than ever for peer-to-peer sharing activity to take place. And this is known as the sharing economy. These democratic online platforms are providing a chance for people to make a quick buck or two. The sharing economy business tab, of course, also has a negative side, such as good received words or even fraud. Difficulty in reading the text. I didn't know experience too much difficulty. It just that there were some economic vocabulary that I just learned, so that I can add insight and new vocabulary again. Interest in text. The text is very interesting and good to read. The contents of the text really describe life, which is dominated by the all digital world, including buying and selling activity. The next title about What Are You Talking About? John and Laura are walking to the mall. They want to buy new clothes and they both have many. Suddenly, Jen called Laura to show her the dress she wanted. But Laura said, "What are you talking about? This dress is ugly and terrible. I don't even want to see dress." Laura's words made Jen sad. And suddenly, Laura called Jen and showed her the dress she wanted. The Jen replied to Laura's words, just like the insulted the dress the Jen wanted, so Laura was also sad to hear Jen's words. Now Jen and Laura were both sad and I didn't know get the clothes they wanted, because of the word each other who do not respect each other's opinions. The difficulty I faced when reading text was in the use of language, because the language used in short story is very different from the language of book, which tend to be more standardized and formal. The language of short story itself is more to the use of figurative language style, where I see the text use sterile style. Yes, the text that I choose and read is very good, with an implied meaning for readers, namely to respect the opinion of others. The next title about A Secret Talent. Eva as a favorite singer, Dylan Wyman, and she told her mother, Jenny, that this artist is her favorite, and now Eva is going to see her first Dylan Woman concert in New York. But while on the way, her mother hears her and realizes their car has a flat tire. And her mother immediately pulled over to the car, opened up the trunk to get a check and spare tire. Then her mother immediately replaced the flat tire, and she surprised Eva at her mother's ability to change a car tire. The entire change only takes 10 minutes. Saying her mother's ability, Eva sighed, Dad, no, you are my favorite person, Mom. Difficulty in reading the text I read this time. I didn't know how too much difficulty reading because previously I had read the same type of the text, namely short story. So I started to get used to the type of language used. The text that I read is very good and interesting, which tell about the versatility of the mother. So then it can be said that our own mother is an inspiring person and a favorite for every child. Okay, the next title about the Shepherd Boy and the Wolf Fable. A shepherd boy who watched a flock asleep near a village broke out the villagers 3 or 4 times by crying out, "Wolf, wolf!" and when his neighbors came to help him. Luck had at the time for the prince. The wolf, however, did truly come at last. The shepherd boy, now really alarmed, shouted in an agony of terror, "Pray, do come and help me. The wolf is killing the sheep." But no one paid any heed to these cries, nor rendered any assistance. The wolf, having no cause of fear, at his leisure, liberated or destroyed the whole flock. The text that I read is easy to understand, and there are no difficulties in reading or understanding the contents of the reading. His story is very interesting, with a moral message that is no one believes is a liar even when he tells the truth. And the last text titled about Sleepy Teacher Zenzel. School teacher used to take a short nap every afternoon. When his pupils asked him why he did so, he said that he wanted to dreamland to meet ancient sagas. One extremely hot day, some of the pupils fell asleep in the afternoon. When the school teacher cheated them, they said, "We went to meet the saga in dreamland." "What did they say?" demanded the teacher. "We asked them if a school teacher come there every afternoon, but they said they had seen no such person." Difficulty. The text that I read is easy to understand, and there are no difficulties in reading or understanding to the contents of the reading. The story is very interesting, with the delivery of stories that are classified as humorous and entertaining.
So many reading project presentation one from me. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.